If you're interested in starting a business around a product, design thinking might be for you. Design thinking is a method for practical and creative problem solving that is used by many businesses around the world. It is a process taught in top design and business schools around the world. At its core, design thinking focuses on understanding people's needs and creatively discovering the solution to meet those needs. The core concepts of design thinking are understand, explore, prototype, and evaluate. This video will go over the 5 steps of the design thinking process proposed at Stanford's D School, and we are starting right now. The first step is to empathize. You have to gain an emphatic understanding of the problem you are trying to solve. The purpose of this is to get ideas about what people really care about or struggle with. To empathize with the group you are trying to help, you can either consult with experts about the area of concern or interview the group you are trying to help. For example, if you're trying to help young people in college, you might find that they want more money. In your conversations with them, they might share personal stories about their issues or different solutions to the problem you want to solve. Ideally, you redo the interview process with many people with the same problem. The second step is to define. In this step, you put together the information you have created and gathered during the empathize stage and analyze everything to define the problem as a problem statement. Going off the example mentioned before, you might find out that the real problem is finding cheap and healthy food. The problem statement would be, young students need cheap and nutritious food in order to stay healthy and grow. To be clear, the problem statement should not be the wish of the company, such as, we need to increase our food sales by 5%. This step is meant to help the next upcoming step flow a lot easier. The next step, or third step, is to ideate. In this stage, you or your team start generating ideas that can solve the problem stated on the problem statement. The goal is not to get the perfect idea, but to come up with a lot of ideas. Based on the example mentioned earlier, possible ideas could be cheap food subscription boxes or delivering ugly produce for cheaper than normal prices. You then share those ideas with the group you are trying to help and get feedback. Find the idea that the group reacts the best towards and move on to the next step. The fourth step is prototype. You or the design team will now produce a number of inexpensive, scaled down versions of the product or specific features found within the product so you can investigate the problem of the solution generated in the previous stage. This is the experimental stage, and the aim is to improve the final product by testing things around. By the end of this stage, you will have a better idea of the constraints inherent to the product and the problem that you are trying to solve. You will also have a clearer view of how real users would behave, think, and feel when interacting with the end product. The final step is tests. You test the prototype with actual users to learn what works and what doesn't. Don't try to defend your idea. The goal is to get feedback. The results generated during this stage will often lead you to go back to ideation or prototyping. With this new information, you can keep repeating the steps until you have a prototype that works and can solve the problem. While design thinking seems linear in the sense that one thing leads to another, that is not how it works in practice. Oftentimes, the steps are not followed in that specific order and can occur at the same time. Rearranging the order or doing multiple steps at the same time can help the company get their best insights. As such, these stages can be better understood as stages that contribute to the project. Here's a picture from the Interaction Design Foundation that shows how it isn't linear. You might notice that there's a loop created where the information from later stages can help the earlier stages. This helps the company create the best possible product to best solve the problem. Would you use design thinking anytime soon? Leave a comment below and check out my other videos if you want more content.